yeah, here we go. Okay, so our farm we've called it Ouberg Private Nature Reserve. It isn't officially a nature reserve, but that's how we treat it. And it's located in the Western Cape of South Africa, in the western extreme of the Little Karoo, so just outside Montagu. It's about 20 k's or so outside Montagu. So that's where it is. It's in a very interesting area in terms of the biomes, because it's at a confluence of succulent karoo and fynbos. And so it depends whose classification you use as to how you're going to describe the veld, really. So Messina and Rutherford, you would use succulent karoo in subtropical thicket biomes. If you use Jan Vlok's sort of breakdown of the vegetation, which is far, far more detailed, and it's actually much easier to describe using his classification, sort of a mixture of this arid thicket mosaic, succulent karoo, and with some fynbos and renosterveld all sort of blended in. So it's like a complete puzzle in a mosaic. It's like a massive ecotone upon ecotones. It's fascinating. I'm no botanist. I'm a zoologist by training, but yeah. So our pentad, obviously is in South Africa. So it's pentad 3340. I'm not very clued up on pentads, so just, yeah. So that's where it's located. There's Montagu, and you drive out on this little road here. It's a dirt road. It follows a valley, the Langkloof Valley, and then hang on, we're situated at sort of halfway up the valley, just and basically on an escarpment. So that this blue area is a very bad outline of our farm. And the white line is the Ouberg Pass, which then connects Montagu to Toes River on the N1. So, and a Naceberg Nature Reserve, for those, will be somewhere here, behind here. So it's a very, very mountainous area, and currently extremely cold. So that's the farm taken in about May this year. So you can see before the rains start, it gets extremely dry, very, very low rainfall, between 150 to about 350 millimeters per annum. So this is our main farmhouse. This is where I'm speaking from now. There's an old olive grove, which we're busy fixing up. And this whole area is the farm going up to the back here. It's about 1,000 hectares. So you can see very dry, very scrubby, bisected by all these little pockets of riverine vegetation, and then sort of lots of huvelkies. I don't know if those are familiar with huvelkies. So they're patches that occur in the vegetation of where termites have composted the soil. So then you have these patches of incredible plant diversity, and therefore animal diversity. So that's the farmhouse, a better view of it. And then this photograph here I took this morning, climbed up to the top of a little peak. It looks like Lion's Head, but in mini form. But yeah, so we climbed up here this morning. So that's looking down onto the farmhouses, and you can see the color difference. So this was taken in about May, the drone picture, and that's now after, we've probably had about maximum 50 mils of rain. So we've had nearly a quarter of our annual rainfall in 2 weeks. This is typical of the riverine area. It's absolutely beautiful, lots of acacia karoo and Rus species. So that's now a new name, Circia, I think is its new genus name, relatively new genus name. So we just had rain, so that was a little bit of the river flooding, trickling. And then this is today, this picture, which I've still got to put onto Tree Map. This is a beautiful old African olive. So it's I've forgotten its name. I'm very bad with this. Olea europea subspecies. And it's a really, really tall tree for this part of the world. I mean, you just don't get trees this tall. And it's in a kloof. It's just absolutely beautiful. So that's still got to go into tree map. I didn't get a chance to put it on today. Then these are some of the plants I came across today. Can't put them on the VM, so I'll have to put them on iNaturalist. But this is one of the Lacunalia species. And then climbing up the mountain, and all of a sudden you come across ferns in the semi-arid environment. It always blows my mind when you start looking. You look down in the ground and you see the most amazing variety of species, all these little things popping up all over the place. This is a stapeliad of some description. I'm still getting to know these things. And this is a minuscule crassula species. It's probably the size of my thumbnail, the one leaf. It's tiny, doesn't get bigger than that. Then this I took a couple of years ago, and the reason I'm showing it to you is because Jan Vlok reckons it might be a new species, which will be super exciting. So it's Syringodia, possibly longituba, but when I was trying to identify it and get it read down to species name, the descriptions and the botanical descriptions for the leaves don't fit longituba, and it's the closest. So Jan Vlok reckons it's probably a new species, and John Manning disagrees. So we'll just wait for time to tell. They've got some at Sandby to play with, so we'll see what happens. Hold thumbs. Maybe it'll be Oubergensis. That'll be exciting. Then, yeah, I'm always out taking photographs of absolutely everything when I'm traipsing around the farm. So this was some poop that I found in the olive grove today. No idea what it is. Any suggestions? It's just huge. Can't be. We have kudu, but that's definitely not kudu. Maybe bush pig. I don't know if there's any poo experts here, but that's one of them. And all these little footprints, didn't get a chance to identify it properly. Probably a cat, or either jackal, or it's a little wild cat. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at it carefully. Then this we got off the camera trap. So Les, this is where Elsa had her one camera trap. So we've mounted our camera trap in the same place. So this beautiful drenched caracal. We haven't had caracal on the camera traps for a while, so this was really exciting. I downloaded it yesterday, so I got very excited. So that's a list of the species, mammal species we've found on our farm so far, either with camera traps, some by eye, when we're lucky. And yeah, so those are, and then some of them trapped. We had couple of Stellenbosch conservation students I've had out here and doing their 4th year research projects. So a lot of the mice and sengis and the gerbils were live trapped and then released, just doing surveys. So it was very exciting. Then this little scrub here I photographed this morning while making my tea. So it was really special. The aardvark we also was in the middle of the farm near the top, also downloaded from the camera trap. I downloaded it yesterday. And then the jackal that was there in June, but the jackal are coming here every night. So that's quite nice. They don't usually call around farms because then the farmers go out and shoot them, but I think they know they're safe here, so that's a good thing. Some of the birds, I've recorded, my bird list is sitting at about 84 species for this farm area. This one I took about a couple of weeks ago. I think it's a great hit, if I'm not mistaken. And then this is got permanent population of rock martins, and they also nest on the stoep here. Little greyback testicular, and this is the Cape bunting. I've got hundreds of pictures, but I'm obviously just chose a few. Reptiles, we've got quite a few. Obviously, we've got nice big fat puff adders and long, huge Cape cobras. I don't have any pictures of those because I'm just too scared. And yeah, all the reptiles, I'm not very good at the names. This one, I presume, is a kind of an agama, I presume, sitting outside. I think I've uploaded this one to Reptile Map, but I'm not 100% sure. This gecko I uploaded today that was in our bathroom. I think it's a bibronze gecko, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't got my book here, so I can't be 100% certain. Yeah, I've got so many species. I could go on forever. Anyway, so that's one of it's the bats flying around at night that unfortunately live in our roofs sometimes. And serotine bat, and that's Little Sunset for you. Thanks.
Thank you, Sue. That was amazing. So we are scheduled to have a BioBash at Ouberg Private Nature Reserve sometime, and I think Itaza is thinking that she hopes it happens before she can fly back to Spain.
Yeah, I really want to visit the farm now. Wow, that was amazing.
Well, you can just give me a call. We can come make a plan anytime, so it's not a problem.
Beautiful.
Right, any questions for Sue? Are there any questions in the chat, Itaza?
Oh wait, sorry, let me just more.
So just saying it's.
Yeah, I think oh, Steve is asking if you have seen any butterflies or moths.
Oh, yeah, plenty. I'm just really bad at photographing them. Yeah, I just didn't have time to find. I've got some moth pictures somewhere, and I'll have to share them at some point, some other time. I've uploaded, I know, 1 or 2 dragonfly species. I know also on the Odonata map. Lacewing, I don't know if Les remembers, I think we were in 2017 or 2018, I can't remember which year, but it was New Year, and it was just before midnight, and we uploaded a lacewing that hadn't been photographed a lot, so that was quite exciting. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of moths, fewer butterflies.
How far are you from Koo?
From the Koo, Richard, we're about a valley, 2 valleys away from the Koo. No, two valleys, yeah.
You're very close.
So the Koo's on the other side of Montagu.
Yeah.
And so we're on the R62 side. So you drive through Montagu, and it's the turnoff is about not even a K to the left on the Ouberg Pass. And the Koo you'd go up through past into Montagu, and then up past the springs, and then up that way into the Koo.
You keep your eye out for thestors, little greyish brown butterflies. You might get thestor juki in that area.
Okay, I've definitely seen greyish ones.
So you've seen greyish ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like little day flying moths, but they're much faster.
Okay, I'll be more observant on the moths. I must have said the right.
Those hilltops look very good. You know. I mean, I've been butterflying around that area. I don't think I've actually been up that particular road, but on those small hilltops you get, if you go up there in sort of September through to November, you get some beautiful lycaenids up there, chrysoritis and that sort of thing. It's really, and if you want to photograph them, the males are territorial, so they tend to sit still. And if they fly away, they come back, so you can get a good picture. It's a good thing to do.
Okay, brilliant. Now I will definitely keep an eye open. Now that'll be exciting. Thanks.
Great. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for that sort of concept about hill topping and where to go and look and when to go and look on the tops of hills for butterflies. Okay.